Hey teachers, can you promise not to judge me for what I'm about to say? I barely taught writing in my third grade classroom. I cannot believe that I'm admitting that, but I am happy to say that I have learned so much about writing instruction since those days. There were so many mistakes that I made when it came to writing instruction. We probably don't even have enough time for me to get into it all. During those days when I was teaching third grade, I didn't see the value in explicit writing instruction. Like I said, I have learned so much about writing instruction, and that's why I'm so excited to share the knowledge that I have learned in this video. So we're going to dive into why prioritizing sentence level writing is the key to unlocking full potential in our students, not just in writing, but also in literacy areas like comprehension and fluency. I'm going to give you 5 practical strategies for sentence level writing that you can get started with right away. So let's jump in. Okay, so why do we need to prioritize sentence level writing? Especially in upper elementary, we often expect our students to jump straight into paragraphs and essays. I know I did, but here's the thing. If students struggle to write a simple, clear sentence, then how can we expect them to string many sentences together into a paragraph and then many paragraphs together into an essay? This is probably the biggest mistake I made, was not focusing on sentence level writing. So here's what I've learned. Sentence level work is the foundation for strong writing, and there are so many other benefits too. Sentence level work leads to stronger comprehension. Nancy Hennessy in the Reading Comprehension Blueprint said this amazing thing, which is comprehension begins at the sentence level. So here's the exciting part. When we prioritize sentence level instruction, it not only impacts our writing, but it also can directly impact our students' reading too. For example, if students are reading a passage with long, complex sentences, they might not grasp who did what, or where they went, or how it happened, or when it happened. But if we teach them how sentences are constructed, then they start recognizing things like clauses, conjunctions, and relationships between ideas, which ultimately leads to deeper comprehension. Sign me up for that. Teaching sentence structure can also improve fluency. When students understand how sentences are built, they do things like pause at the right moments because now they understand phrasing. They read with expression. They understand what they're reading in real time as they're reading it. It's said that fluent readers are better writers and vice versa because both skills really rely on strong syntactical awareness at the sentence level. Okay, so now that we know how impactful sentence level work can be, let's talk about 5 strategies that can get you started. First activity I want to share is called Find and Fix a Fragment. So you're going to give your students 3 sentences, one of which will be a fragment. And then you're going to ask them to identify which sentence has a fragment and identify the fragment. Then challenge them to complete the fragment by adding correct information. Maybe the sentence is missing a period, maybe it's missing a noun phrase, maybe it's missing a verb phrase. They identify and then fix it. This activity helps students understand that sentences need things like a noun phrase and a verb phrase. The next activity is called Expand a Sentence. So before students begin writing their sentence, have them respond to basic prompts like who is doing what, when, where, and why. Once all those questions are answered, students combine that information to make a detailed sentence. This activity is awesome because it gives students practice writing detailed sentences, and that is what levels up their writing. And plus, it challenges students with their understanding of a topic too. Students need to know about a topic before they can write about it. The third strategy I have for you is writing a variety of sentences. So we want to encourage our students to vary their sentence types in their writing. So we can show students something like a picture, an artifact, or we can have them read a short article and then ask students to write 4 types of sentences based on what they experienced or what they read about. They should write a statement, a question, a command, and an exclamation. The cool thing about this activity is that it gives students practice writing sentences with a variety of structures. And we know that that is what eventually makes paragraphs interesting, is when there's that sentence variety. Fourth activity I have for you is called Unscrambled a Mixed Up Sentence. In this activity, you're going to give students words in a sentence, but they're going to be written all out of order. And your students are going to have to figure out the correct way to order the words in the sentence so it makes sense and is written correctly. This helps students develop their understanding of what a complete sentence is, word order, and punctuation. Gotta love that. Lastly, my 5th and final activity for you is having students practice combining sentences. So we're going to give our students 2 or 3 simple sentences, and we're going to see if they can identify the key ideas and figure out how to combine these sentences in a way that makes sense. For example, I give you two sentences. Grace wants a Diet Coke. Grace wants to lay down. Two simple sentences. How can we combine them? Well, we can add a conjunction. Grace wants a Diet Coke and to lay down. Wow, can anybody else relate to Grace right now? So this activity challenges students to maybe create a complex sentence, a compound sentence, or a simple sentence with a compound subject or predicate. I mean, I can tell you for sure that my students had no idea the differences between a complex sentence, a compound sentence. I don't even think they would be able to identify a simple sentence because I didn't teach that. If only I knew then what I know now. Okay, to wrap up, sentence level writing is the foundation for paragraphs and essays. It strengthens comprehension and fluency. Therefore, it gives our students confidence and competence in their writing and in their reading. And with just a few simple strategies, you can bring this sentence level practice into your classroom right away. So I'd love to hear from you. What is one way that you're already incorporating sentence level writing into your class? Which strategy are you excited to try? Drop a comment below to let us know. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more teaching tips. For more information about the resources that I showed today, go to stellarteacher.com/join. Thank you for watching and happy teaching.